How are we doing, everyone? Hope you're well. Mr. Boulder here, and I'm back today with a collection update video. I've added quite a lot of really nice stuff to the collection lately, so I'm looking forward to sharing it in this video. We've got some hard rock here, some thrash metal, and some death metal. I hope you've all had a great weekend. I've had a great weekend. I had a fantastic day yesterday. I played at a local festival with my band of Concrete Gods. We played a HMS Fest over in Bedford at Esquires. An event put together by a local band, put on a whole day festival of bands with ages ranging from people in their early 20s to guys kind of my age, all original bands, all original music from around the local areas. It was really, really well supported, loads and loads of people there, so it's good to see people supporting grassroots music. And while I was there, I met a viewer of the channel. Some fella come over to me and introduced himself, and he said he watched my video. So I hang out with him for about 30-40 minutes, just chat about music and stuff. Really cool to meet him. That's the great thing about these kind of communities. It brings you together with people that you obviously wouldn't have known otherwise. So Jacob, if you're watching this, it was nice to meet you, mate. And cheers for coming over and saying hi, and cheers for supporting the channel. So now that's out of the way, let's get straight to the collection update. Now, these first two are grails for me. Original presses of these are incredibly hard to come by, so thank God they've been reissued. These first two are a couple of bands that were big hair metal bands back in the 80s. So these albums from the early 90s would obviously change up their sound to fit in with, not necessarily fit in with what was going on at the time, but I had to change their sound and their style up slightly anyway. Two amazing albums, two very underrated albums that flew under the radar because times and tastes had changed. We're going to kick off with Cinderella's 1994 album, Still Climbing, which is absolutely fantastic and just doesn't really ever get talked about. It's very similar to 1988's Cold Winter, so if you like that, you'll like this. It's a very, very bluesy hard rock. We've still got Eric Brittenham here, Jeff LaBar, and Tom Kiefer. Tom Kiefer's vocals sounding absolutely fantastic. It's just a great track full of really good blues rock. An album, I should say, full of really great blues rock. Bad Attitude Shuffle kicks this off. All Comes Down. Talk Is Cheap. Track 3 is fantastic. Great chorus. Brilliant vocals from Tom. Such a great track. Probably my favourite on the album. Blood from a Stone. Great tune. Still Climbing, the title track. Another great chorus. Again, great vocals from Tom. Freewheeling, great tune. Easy Come, Easy Go. The Road Still On. Hot and Bothered. Great track. If you like your bluesy hard rock and you haven't checked this out, I can't recommend enough you do, because it's absolutely fantastic. An underrated gem just because of the time it came out in 1994. Cinderella's Still Climbing. Excellent stuff. This was put out by Music on Vinyl, so obviously it's a great job done. Lyric insert here. And it's just on good old black vinyl. Those classic Mercury labels. Excellent stuff. Great album. Check it out if you don't know it and you like that old school kind of bluesy hard rock. It's a fantastic album. Definitely didn't deserve to sing with that trace. Look, a lot of these albums did back in the day. And yeah, thank God to Music on Vinyl for reissuing it, because OG presses of this are incredibly hard to come by. No doubt about it. Excellent stuff. Up next, I'm very, very happy to have this at last. And here's Poison's Native Tongue. Very similar to the story I just told you about with Cinderella. This is Poison going in a much more of a blues rock direction. This came out in 1993 originally. OG is incredibly hard to get hold of. Richie Kotzen on the guitar here, replacing CC DeVille. A massive upgrade in guitar playing. And for me, he helped everyone really up their game on this record. Bret Michaels, his best vocal performance for me. Bobby Dall's bass playing very, very good. But Ricky Rocket's drumming is definitely the best it's ever been. His drumming is fantastic. So much more of a bluesy approach. There's the gatefold with all the lyrics. The songs sort of are still kind of about the same kind of thing that the glam bands talked about, you know. But it's obviously a much more serious sounding record, much more grown up sounding record. Here we are, black vinyl, 2 LP set. There's those labels. No point showing a second one, it's exactly the same as the first. It's just a fantastic album. Again, another album that's underrated and flew under the radar just because times had changed. There's so many great tunes on this. Richie's guitar playing is just absolutely phenomenal across the entire record, as you would know, or you would imagine, I should say. Stan, that was a single. That's fantastic stuff. Two Suffers and Fire Ice. For me, Poison never did great ballads, but that's an absolutely brilliant one. I love that. Body Talk on side B, great track. 7 Days Over You. Ain't That the Truth? Side C, Theatre of the Soul, Strike Up the Band. Blind Faith, another great track. Fantastic chorus. Great vocals from Brett. Bastard Son of a Thousand Blues. Then you got some bonus tracks on side D. And Two Suffers and Fire and Icy Ice mix, which to me sounds exactly the same as the original. A really good acoustic version of Stand, and a track called Whip comes down. Great stuff. Stand has got that gospel choir in it, so the chorus in that tune is absolutely massive. But everyone is definitely stepping up their game with regards to the musicianship. Bret Michaels' vocals, fantastic. Poison's Native Tongue from 1993 is an underrated beast, and I'm so happy to finally have this on vinyl. Hopefully those dickheads Motley Crue will finally pull their head out of their arse and release their self-titled album Macabre vocals on vinyl. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, excellent stuff from Poison there. Native Tongue. On to some thrash now. I'm going to have the Germany and his Exhumans, Possessed by Fire. Discount Jason Voorhees on the front cover here. Excellent album. One of those bands, one of those albums I've been meaning to check out for a while. Never got around to it. This is out on High Roller Records. So excellent thrash from Germany. Great tunes on this. Possessed by Fire title track, fantastic. Great riffs. Fallen Saint, brilliant chorus. Again, great riffs. The drums on this whole record are fantastic. Immortal in Black, great tune. Sorrows of the Judgment, Reign of Sadness, Journey to Oblivion, Silent Death. One of those albums that I wish I picked up a lot sooner than I did. But a case of better late than never. This comes with a poster. I won't bother showing that. And here's the record. Really nice looking picture disc. Picture of the guys on the back. So yeah, one of those bands I really should have checked out before. But better late than never. This is excellent thrash from Germany. When I did my 1986 versus 1990 thrash metal video the other week, more than one person said to me, you need to check out Exhumer. Like I say, I was aware of them, and those comments gave me the kick up the arse I needed to check these albums out, and that's fantastic. Possessed by Fire from Exhumer, which originally came out in 1986. Excellent stuff. And while I was grabbing that, I picked up the follow-up, Rising from the Sea. This is 1987. Again, Discount Jason Voorhees on the front cover. Different vocalists and bassists here, but the rest of the lineup's the same. Another good album. I've liked Possessed by Fire a little bit more than this one, but this is still really good as well. Rising from the Sea title track is excellent. Decimation I really like. Shadows of the Past, Are You Deaf? I Dare You. Again, it's great thrash. Again, should have jumped on it sooner, but never mind. High Roller Records, just got on good old black vinyl. Unfortunately, this one's a little bit warped, which thankfully recently has become the exception rather than the rule. A while back, every record I seem to pick up seems to be really warped, but not so much the case these days. This one's got a little warp, but it still plays great. Nice glossy finish on the cover here. Exhumers Rising from the Sea from 1987. Excellent thrash from Germany. Really, really glad I picked those up. On to something from here in the UK now, and here's Napalm Death and the Greed Killing and Breed to Breathe EPs, both onto one single LP via Earache Records from their on-demand service. Glad to get this in the collection. Straight away, this is hardly essential Napalm Death, but I'm glad to have it in the collection. Greed Killing, Side A, that's the first EP. The track Greed Killing, My Own Worst Enemy, those two songs appeared on the I think it's the Diatribes album. I really like those two. But the rest of this EP, first EP, is okay. Antibody's a really good track. There's a couple of tracks that are a little bit average. It ends on side A with a cover of Plague Rages from Fear, Emptiness, Despair, which I was really excited to hear, but the recording quality is not very good, and it's kind of pointless being there. But side B, the Breed to Breathe EP is far better. That opening track, Breed to Breathe, is brilliant. All intents and purposes, great stuff. Bled Dry, Time Will Come. Like I say, not essential Napalm, but still nice to have in a collection. Again, it's just good old black vinyl for those classic Earache labels. So Barney Greenway, as always, sounding absolutely amazing on the vocals. The drums from Danny Herrera, fantastic. It's a really nice riff. Far from essential Napalm. but I still really like it. Napalm Death, the Greed Killing and Breed to Breathe EPs on one single LP, out via Earache Records. Glad to get that. Something everyone picked up last year, but I slept on. But here it is at last. Vomitory and some heads are going. Sorry, all heads are going to roll. Death metal from Sweden, so it's got that classic Swedish death metal guitar tone. Good album. Doesn't blow me away at all, but I can listen to it from start to finish and enjoy it. Lyric sheet, picture of the guys. This is out via Metal Blade, and it's just on good old black vinyl. Some nice labels. Yep, so Swedish death metal, good album. This is my first album from these guys. I know they've got quite a big discography, so there's plenty more to check out. The guitar tone's great. I really like the vocals on this. Yep, a fun, solid album to listen to from start to finish. Tracks that I do enjoy on this are the first track, the title track. That's really, really good. Peace by Stinking Peace, last track on side A, is really good as well. Dead Man Stalking, Dead Word. Beg for Death, some good death metal from Vomitory. Glad I picked this one up. Doesn't blow me away, but it's still a good listen. Enjoy that one a lot. Good stuff. Good to see this get reissued. And here's Suffocation's Blood Oath. Originally come out in 2009. Really dark, cavernous death metal. As always, excellent vocals from Frank Mullen. Terence Hobbs on the guitar, some great riffs on this. The drums are absolutely fantastic as well. There's the unit with the lyrics. Yeah, really nice, dark, dingy sounding death metal. Here it is on red vinyl with some black in there. Side B looks better for me, much more the black colour. LP looks nice. As you know, I'm not always a fan of colour vinyl, but I do like that one, and it does match the colour of the artwork, so that's all good. But yeah, some fantastic riffs. The drums are amazing. Title track, Blood Oath, which starts this one off, is really ferocious. Comes out all guns blazing. Pray for Forgiveness, great track. Mental Hemorrhage, side B. Undeserving. Come Hell or High Priest is a great track. There's a couple of bonus tracks on this. They're far from essential, but glad to have this one on vinyl. I've had this on CD since it came out. Suffocation's Blood Oath from 2009. Good stuff. That's out on Nuclear Blast. And also on Nuclear Blast is their most recent album, Hymns from the Apophica, which I got at the time of release last year. But I got the CD because this record was like nearly 40 quid when it first came out. I thought, I'm not paying that. I had a look on Amazon a while back and it was down to £20. So I thought, yeah, I'm definitely going to grab that. Really enjoyed this one. New vocalist, can't remember his name, but the title track is amazing. Perpetual Deception on side A, also really good. Side B, other great tunes. Embrace the Suffering, Ignorant Deprivation. Just good old-fashioned death metal, like you expect to get from the likes of Suffocation. Here's the record, kind of a brown colour with a bit of sort of creamy sort of colour in there. Again, not the biggest fan of colour vinyl, but again, it does match the artwork, so I'm definitely okay with it. Obviously, I'd still rather just have black vinyl, but it is what it is. Last one from Suffocation. Nice to have that on vinyl at last. Shout out to Metal Mighty Mac for putting me in the know with regards to this album, because I didn't even know it was out. Last album from these guys was a beast. And this one's really good as well. I prefer the previous one, but this one's still good. Here's Blood Red Throne and Nonagon. Really good stuff from these guys. Seen these guys a couple of times at Bloodstock. It's been a while now, so hopefully Bloodstock will book them again at some point soon. But another good album from these guys. So death metal, definitely with some groove parts in there as well. Ode to the Obscene, track 2, fantastic riffs. Seeking to Pierce, great tune. Every Silent Plea. On side B, the title track is excellent stuff. Blade Eulogy. Again, this is on Soul Seller Records. It's a death metal, but not the really, really extreme kind of death metal. Kind of entryway death metal, actually. If you're looking forward to getting into the genre, this would be a good place to start. That's the inner sleeve. And here's the record. Again, really don't like brown vinyl, but it does match the artwork of the album, so I can definitely live with it. There's some sort of black colouring in it as well. Yeah, some good entry death metal if you're looking forward to or looking to get into the subgenre. Not as good as the previous album, but not a slouch at all. There's parts and there's last song of this that remind me of, I think it's Death's Pull the Plug, or it might be, I think it's Open Casket actually. But great stuff from Blood Red Throne. There's Nonagon, good stuff. Cheers for the heads up, Marty. Didn't even know that was out. And one more record to show. And alongside Deicide, this is like my most anticipated album of the year. One of my favourite death metal bands. And for me, a death metal band that leaves 99% of other death metal bands way behind them as far as I'm concerned. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Their last album was the only one out of their entire discography that did actually kind of disappoint me. It's still a decent listen, but it didn't grab me anywhere near as much as the others. But they're back on form big time with this one for me. And it's the brand new album from the mighty Nile. It is The Underworld Awaits Us All. It's absolutely fantastic. I listened to this about 9 or 10 times already. Just superb stuff from Carl Simons and Company. Everything about this record, the time signature changes, the compositions of the songs, very technical death metal. The musicianship from everyone is absolutely top class. George Colias on the drums is an absolute beast. There's the gatefold. Carl Simons' riffs and vocals are fantastic. Printed inners, which are poly-lined as well. You don't get that too often. A 2 LP set on good old black vinyl. So Nile are back and absolutely crushing everything as it should be. And this album is just really, really blowing me away. This is definitely going to be in the top 10 of the end of the year list. No doubt about it. I haven't even got to think about that. Great tunes on this. To Strike with Silent Fang is really good tune. Really, really good stuff. Overlords of the Black Earth is great as well. True Gods of the Desert, excellent stuff. Under the Curse of One God, brilliant. The Underworld Awaits Us All, the title track is absolutely fantastic. About 9 minutes long. It's brilliant stuff. Just absolutely superb death metal from Nile. They, for me, are just way out in front of most other death metal bands out there. Technically, absolutely outstanding stuff. Really brutal, really, really heavy, really, really fast in places, but they slow it down as well in places. And it sounds even heavier when they're slowing it down. One of the albums I've been looking forward to most this year, and it has not disappointed at all. Nile's The Underworld Awaits Us All is absolutely phenomenal. Glad it's finally out. I've been looking forward to it for a long time, and it has not disappointed. If you like technical death metal, for some reason you've never heard Nile, I cannot stress enough how much you need to check these guys out because they're absolutely amazing. Superb stuff from Nile. Absolutely loving this album. I think I'm going to stick it on after I finish making this video because I just can't stop listening to it. It's absolutely fantastic. Great riffs, amazing drums, brilliant vocals, fantastic songs, technical stuff. Just brilliant, brilliant stuff from Nile. Excellent. Really, really love that one. It's so great to finally have it here. So there we go, guys. That's it for today's video. Let me know what you think about these pickups. As per usual, drop in the comments section. I should be back with you next week with the Cannibal Corpse album ranking. I've been thinking about doing Cannibal Corpse for a while, and I had a request to do it recently. So next week's video will be a Cannibal Corpse album ranking. Like I say, get in the comment section. Let me know what you think about these pickups. Have you grabbed any of these albums? Or any of these that you're looking forward to grabbing? Like I say, if you like death metal, I can't recommend Nile enough. So that's it for today, guys. As per usual, I shall catch up with you next week. So until then, cheers, take care, and I shall see you later.